In this video, I'm going to show you how to assemble and use the RAT. The RAT is an open source video tracking device that's optimized for tracking rodents in research studies. It's based on the excellent OpenMV M7. To tell you quickly about the OpenMV project, the OpenMV camera was developed by Kwabena Agaman and Abraham Abdelkader, and you can learn a lot more at openmv.io. We are not affiliated with the project, but we're using it for an application. And it's basically an Arduino of machine vision. So if you think of a machine vision application, in this case tracking a rodent, it can probably be implemented on the OpenMV camera. So quickly show you the parts. We're going to use the camera itself. This is how it comes. It also comes with some headers, which we're going to use. We're going to use a shield that's made by the OpenMV project. This is an LCD shield. It'll be a screen for our project. It comes with headers already attached. We'll need a custom circuit board, very simple one that just includes 3 components. It's going to include a button, which we'll place up here. It's going to include a battery connector, JST 2-pin, and then it has a BNC output, which we can use for sending data. And then finally, the last 2 parts are an SD card, which includes the code, and that of course can be updated to either do other applications or maybe optimize for slightly different lighting or different shapes of mice or any type of optimization like that. And then a battery. This camera can either be powered by a battery like this, or it can be powered via its micro USB port, just plugging it into any cell phone charger. So I'm going to show you how to assemble this. I've actually gone ahead and already soldered one of these boards together. So I have the 3 parts, the button, the battery connector, and the BNC. I also have some headers. These are the headers that come, the male headers that came with the OpenMV cam, and I've placed them onto the board. We can now put the components. This will include the screen, which is just put on the side with the battery. And then we're going to put these female headers onto the OpenMV cam. I've done that as well, so I'm going to use one that I've already soldered together, but we'll put those ones onto the other side. And that's pretty much it for the assembly. That's what the device looks like on the inside. We're now going to put it into this housing. So it sits in there. It has some cutouts for IR LEDs. And the camera itself. There are some screw threadings, which I'm not going to use at the moment, just in the interest of time, but you can mount this a little bit more securely. And then importantly, once it's in the housing, we have access to the power connector, the battery power, and the SD card slot, which I'm going to need. I'm going to put the SD card in here right now, and that's got the code on it. Lastly, this housing has a threaded connector, which we can use to mount on any sort of tripod threading. So I have one here. And that's it. That's the RAT. So when you first turn on the device, you'll see a screen. It's recording video, and it says at the top data out 73.txt. This is the data file that's currently being written to the SD card. To reset the device, just hit the button. And that'll start essentially a new data file. So now we're on data out 74, and it just means that this is the 74th data file that I've initiated on this SD card. It's in a tracking mode already. If we put any type of dark object, it works. It's optimized for dark objects on a light background. Of course, the code could be tweaked and changed for different tracking situations. But now it'll show us the X and the Y position on the bottom of the screen, as well as speed, which is vacillating between 0 and 1. And this is a measure of how many pixels are changing or how far the center point is changing. So if I move this around, you'll see that the X and Y starts tracking, and speed is going up because I'm moving it a little more quickly. So that's basically it. That's the simple mouse tracker.